no juicy celibate, but she told me I can nail her shit.
Alright, we are getting drunk and answering questions. I asked you guys to send me questions, and if I can't answer them, then I have to take a shot. Now, I went through some of the questions and they weren't like gaggy to the point where I felt like I couldn't answer them. So instead of tell the truth or take a shot, I'm going to take a shot after every question. Now, so let's get into it. Do you still talk to anyone from Omegle? I've gotten so many questions about this, specifically from the last Omegle video that I did. And let me tell you something. Y'all are more obsessed with that military man than I am. Don't get me wrong, he was tea. He was so tea. But guys... But yeah, I refuse to tell my future children that I met their father on Omegle. Because the type of person that I am, I don't date to fuck around. I don't date to only like be together for 3 months and then forget we even knew each other. That's never been me. That never will be me. I always date to marry. So yeah, no. Yeah, I do not talk to military man or anybody else from Omegle, because trust me, babe, a relationship is the last thing on my mind, and a relationship that blossoms from Omegle is even further down that list. Anyways, cheers. Okay, next question. What is a secret that you have? I feel like I don't keep too many secrets because I feel like if anybody asks me a question, I'm gonna answer it. I'm very blunt. But if I do have to say, the biggest secret I have right now is this YouTube channel. My parents don't know, my sister doesn't know. Literally nobody I know knows about my YouTube channel other than my best friend. It's not that I'm like keeping it from anyone. Actually, that is a lie. I'm keeping it from my parents because they're like the stereotypical parents who believe that if you don't work a 9 to 5 for the next 4 years, you're not gonna be successful. So explaining that I want to do YouTube for a living is gonna be a little hard. So I'm trying to hold off on trying to tell them that this is what I do for a living for as long as humanly possible. Maybe when I hit 10K, I'll tell them, but that's a whole nother rant for a whole nother day. Next question. Yeah, that was violent. That was violent. Look at my face. That was violent. My craziest drunk story. I don't have too many because me drunk is only my personality times like 5. You know, I don't go crazy. I don't act a fucking fool. But I feel like the craziest thing I've done drunk, probably fall down a flight of stairs in front of everybody. I ended up cutting my arm. I still have the scar from it. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll show it to you guys anyway. Yeah, right there. I cut my arm pretty bad on the staircase because they were metal. What? They weren't some soft ass stairs. No. They were metal, concrete, aluminum, steel stairs. And my drunk ass fell down a full flight of them. And it ended up cutting my arm and leaving a scar. It's been 6 months. Holy shit. But yeah, I fell down a flight of stairs while drunk. So yeah. Next question. Tell the story of your first kiss or take a shot. Well, I'm just gonna tell the story. I'm going to tell the story. You know, the JoJo lore runs deep. Why not? It's time. It's time you guys get to know me on another level. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. What's so crazy about it is that it happened in this very room that I'm sitting in. So all of the memories, all of the trauma, it's digging in me. It's digging in me. It is resurfacing. But yeah, I am what you call a late bloomer. So I didn't have my first kiss or my first sexual experience until I was 20, which is only a few months ago. But yeah, my first kiss was in this very room. It was with the guy I had been crushing on for, I don't know, months, almost a year at that point. And I finally manifested him, I guess. I don't fucking know. We were watching Phineas and Ferb on this TV right here. It was the episode where Love Handle was performing at their house. They were singing some romantic ass song, and then he asked me if he could kiss me, and I said yes. And yeah, it was so cute, but he ended up breaking my heart like 2 weeks later, so I guess it wasn't as fucking cute as I thought it was. In the moment, it was tea. It was so tea.
Laugh out loud.
So yeah. I mean, generally, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, regardless of how things are between us now, I wouldn't trade it for a fucking thing. So yeah. Have you ever been interested in a relationship? I have been dreaming about having a boyfriend or girlfriend for as long as I can remember. Even now, that hasn't changed, but I feel like I'm in a place now where it's like, I do YouTube so much, like I'm constantly filming, constantly editing, constantly posting. I do not have time to date at all. As much as I want a boyfriend or girlfriend, I don't have time for it. I know I don't. So I feel like it wouldn't be fair to me or the other person if I tried to be in a relationship now, at least until I feel comfortable enough in my position on YouTube. Then YouTube right now is my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my wife, my husband, and everything in between. So yeah, I have thought about being in a relationship, but more so now, even less. Like, it is genuinely the last thing on my mind. Next question.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Who are your favorite artists? I would say The Weeknd for sure. I actually have a vinyl of him and the record player also that was gifted to me by the same guy that I had my first kiss with in this bed. So yeah, looking at that vinyl and that record player 20 times a day is such a fun experience, obviously. But yeah, if I had to give you guys a top 5 of my favorite artists, it would be The Weeknd, Tyler the Creator, Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar, and Lana Del Rey. If someone else asked me my favorite song of all time, I would say ROS by Mac Miller. I have a tattoo on my back of a lyric from that song. So yeah, next question. I've had this bottle for an hour. This is how much I drank out of it on a semi-empty stomach. So how's this for a drunk Q&A? How's this? Favorite shows / movies. My favorite show, I would say, is The Walking Dead. I live for The Walking Dead. I was in the 9th grade, I believe. During my spring break for that year, I did nothing but binge the living fuck out of The Walking Dead.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about.
I binged from season 1 to season 8 in 1 week, and I had 0 regrets about it. And for favorite movie, I'm gonna have to go with Ratatouille. Ratatouille to me is the greatest piece of cinema of all time. Bro, it's literally about a rat who loves to cook. It's about chasing your dreams no matter if you fit in or not, whether you belong or not. How can you not love it? Anytime I'm in a shitty mood, I turn on that movie. As soon as Remy bursts out that window and starts his monologue, I feel complete inside.
Yeah, right,
so yeah,
right.
Next freaking question. Some of these questions I combined because they are related to each other, and I felt like it would be better if I answered them all as one question. Why did you start YouTube? Who are your favorite YouTubers and who inspired you? So I talked about this in a previous video. I talked about this in the video where I tried like 10 different baby foods.
What?
Don't ask me why I did that. But the main reason I started a YouTube channel was because as a kid growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends at all. I still don't have a lot of friends. At my age now, it's voluntary why I don't have a lot of friends, but as a kid it wasn't. When I would come home from school, I would turn on YouTube, just immediately feel comforted by whoever was my favorite YouTubers at the time. I always dreamt of of being that kind of person for somebody. I always dreamt of somebody having a bad day and the first YouTuber they went to being me, because I remember when it was me who had a shitty day at school and would turn on YouTube and go to that one YouTuber that I knew would immediately flip my mood. So yeah, a big reason why I started YouTube was because I wanted to be comforting to people. I wanted people to feel less alone when they watch my videos. I wanted people to laugh when they watched my videos. I wanted people to click into my videos having whatever mood they were having, but then click out of my video being in even better of a mood. All I ever want to do is to make people laugh and to make people feel less alone, because God knows I know what it feels like to be alone, and the last thing I ever want to do is for people to feel like that, because there are so many YouTubers, I'll say like Slushy Noobs, Peyton King, Aaron and Joe, Quinn, Sint and Drowning. Those were my people that I looked up to, and people who I felt like I could watch their videos and feel less alone. And there was nothing more that I wanted to do than to give that same feeling to people. That's why I started my channel, and that will always be my goal with every single video that I film, every single video that I edit, every single video that I post. So yeah, I just want to say I love every single one of y'all. Damn, I don't care if I have 7K or 7 mil. I will love and appreciate every single one of you guys, because this has been my dream since I was like 10 years old, and 11 years later I'm finally living out that dream, and it's because of you guys. So you know what? Yeah, I love y'all down. Cheers. Next question. Birthday / sign. My birthday is September 18th, which makes me a Virgo. Now that is out there, I expect nothing but birthday gifts and the most love on September 18th. Yes? Okay. Most embarrassing moment? I feel like I don't have a ton of embarrassing moments, because as a socially anxious person, I avoid putting myself in any potentially embarrassing thing. But I would say maybe when I fell down the fucking stairs when I was drunk. Final question, I'm going to take one last sip. I dug into this bottle, bitch. And if you're drinking with me, please let me know. I want to know who my fellow 21-year-olds and above are. I checked my demographics the other day. Some of y'all are 35 plus. What? And that makes me so happy. Actually, it's like, I'm glad I can appeal to not only the kids, but to the adults as well. Y'all be here? Period. How was work today? How was work? How are the kids? How's the dog? Let me know in the comments below. Cheers. Weirdest, hear me out. Guys. Okay. I haven't seen many people talk about him, so I feel like not a lot of people are on this wave. The girls that get it, get it. Buzz Lightyear, bitch. Something about that astronaut suit. What? Something about that helmet. Something about that little swirl on his chin. Always gonna do it for me. Always gonna do it for me. Even Woody, even Jessie, my cowgirl. Guys, Sully from Monsters Inc. You asked? Here's my answer. Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, Woody, Sully. Those are my hear me outs. You're welcome. Now I gave you something to think about. Now you have something to consider. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. That is it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I clearly had the time of my life. I love y'all down. Follow me on Insta and TikTok. There are 7,000 of y'all on here. Only 200 on TikTok and Insta? What's that about? Should we talk about that? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. I love y'all down. And I will see you in a next freaking video. Oh yeah!